Hi guys, welcome again to FAPO session with me, Dr. Malo and Edward Mutale. Ready?
So I'm together, my brother.
Yeah. No, let's not waste time, man.
Yeah.
Hey, not skillful. Yeah. I'm not sure whether Stiga is one of the players. I don't think he was red carded.
No,
yeah, I've never.
He was smart. He was smart. Yeah.
Clean.
Yeah. Was smart.
Hey, Stanton Fredericks. Stiga. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How are you, boy?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Welcome, my brother.
Yes, I'm good and you, man.
Thanks for your time. Are you good?
All together. I'm keeping safe, keeping the distance, sanitizing, doing the right thing.
Well done. Well done. I can tell from the look of like the physical appearance that you're one of those guys that are still like intact.
And your complexion.
How do you do this, Stiga? Do you train? You eat proper food and all that? Or what? How does it go?
I just try to break a sweat. When I stopped playing, I picked up a bit of pounds, and obviously, well. So I start training a bit more, and when you fit, you feel better, you sleep better, you concentrate better. So also being fortunate enough to be on television, you have to look after yourself, doctor. You know that yourself.
I know,
And we always look at you and my friends. Always check out my kids. We see you on television, and it's special to me because you coached me.
Yeah.
And before you were my coach, I used to idolize, like so many other players. I read Teko Modise's book, and he mentions how doctor really changed his life and gave us something to measure ourselves on, and something to, when you come from the class, you have different mentors.
Yes.
We have Abo Clevers. Now you want to sell cards, and then you gave us that shining light to say, no, let's do crime, what. So we thank you for that, and we just try to continue to leave a legacy and a proper example to the rest of the boys coming along.
No, thanks, Stiga, for the wise words, man. But then now, let's just go straight to the main focus here. Have you ever played in the Olympic Games?
Yes, I have. I was blessed to be part of the first team that has qualified for the Olympic Games, which was in Sydney 2000 in Australia.
Yeah.
We were part of a very, very talented team. And this team was supposed to emulate the 96.
Yeah.
Thing that we had, the qualities of to come through and really emulate the 96 team because of the, like I said earlier, you guys set the example.
Yes.
And you set the bar, so it was there to chase, and if you look at the players, which we had a bit of an advantage, is that players were playing abroad earlier on. You had Quentin Fortune, Aaron Barkley, Matthew Booth was on his way. I went to Switzerland. Siyabonga Nomvete was playing in Italy, So that international experience really helps you. And the expectations were so high in that team. And it was really... So to be part of that team, I felt that we had one up. We were together since under-20s where we played the under-20 World Cup. So the experience was there. And I really thought that if you look back in hindsight, when I was a player, I thought we didn't need overage players. But then I watched the team that's currently playing in Japan. And we see that the French team actually beat them, and because of the experienced players.
Yes.
And you're looking at yourself and Magencia, and you're looking at our team. We didn't have an out-and-out right back going up. We had to use Aaron Mokoena, which is a central defender, as a right back, you know. So this is where you needed to tap into the experienced players and really give the team a chance of going further in the competition.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yeah.
So are you saying your team, 2001, how many
Yes.
players went overseas after the Olympics?
So you got myself. I went to Switzerland after the Olympics. Matthew Booth went to Russia.
Sure.
I think Aaron Mukwena went from Ajax to Germany.
Yes. Pele.
I think Emil Baron went to Lillestrøm in Norway. You know, so the opportunity to play in the Olympics is something special.
Wow.
You know,
It is, huh?
that is why I also regard I take Olympics serious than World Cup myself. That's my opinion. I think,
Why would you say?
no, I think Olympics got more weight than
The World Cup.
the World Cup. Yeah.
But the World Cup
Because
is
there you
the
play-
most celebrated tournament. in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
The Olympics, like Stiga alluded to the fact that some of the boys managed to get international exposure, you know, but World Cup, personally, I think it's a wow tournament.
It's the cream. It's the cream.
So,
World Cup, you know.
yeah,
The World Cup is up there, but in terms of opportunities, I think it comes on earlier in your career. You are relatively young, so in terms of opportunity, maybe my James is right in that regard.
so Stiga, tell me now, based on your experience playing against Japan, France, all the international teams, how's the mood like, or you as an individual? How did you perceive the games in terms of the approach? You know, because obviously these are the teams or countries that you see on TV or you read or hear about them. How was the mood? I mean, the mood in the dressing room, or you personally? Probably you can take us through.
You know, it's an opportunity of a lifetime, Doctor, because yourself and Eddie, you will know that when we travel as a soccer team, it's always fun. You know everybody in the team, the camaraderie is there. But when you're part of the Olympic team, remember, it's not the football team alone. It is gymnastics, it's archery, it's jumping. So you're part of a bigger team. And you know, us footballers, we always like to be treated special. You know, and other teams are not happy with us because you just feel that you're special. Remember, all the other athletes are not paid. But remember, when under 23s go, SAFA pays you.
Yeah.
So already there's a bit of a difference there because why are you guys treated separately? Why do you arrive late? Why do you have special training fields? You know, so you need to learn how to behave in a bigger team.
Bigger team, yeah.
Get into the bus, we want to sit at the back, but the hockey team is at the back. And Thomas is in front, you know, so yes, even going to the...
Tell me, you guys, you had one bus with the hockey team and all that.
There's about 7-8 buses. You get into the buses, you go to the airport. When we travel, you know, you give your passports to Bani Kujani, the manager. Just relax. No. It's different now. Everybody must check yourself in, check your bags in, you know. So you need to behave differently. You need to be a bigger team as well. But the special part, Doctor, is something that, and Eddie, is that when you get to the Olympic Village, you know, you settle in.
Yeah.
You're now part of the Olympics itself.
Yeah.
So that was so amazing because you would take a bus to the media center.
Yeah.
Now you get into the bus and there's an American basketball player that's taller than you.
Yes.
There's a Hungarian gymnast that's getting into the bus. You go into the center. You're eating with elite athletes from all around the world.
Yeah.
You know, that for me was really something special and priceless. The experience. You know, when they say you're an Olympian, you don't understand it until you've stopped playing the game. You know, like Doctor, you've played in the World Cup. Eddie, you've won the CAF Champions League. You don't understand it until you are finished.
True.
it was really something special.
Mm. Mm.
So now, with the current under-23 team, we have seen they played already Japan, France. They lost both games. In your own way of putting it, how would you analyze both games? It can be all the, because there are 8 factors that influence performance.
Yes.
So I don't want us to go through all of them, but the main one, it's mental. Do you think the mental factor played a major role, or physical factor?
Yeah.
Or was it social? Because you must understand some of the boys, how they actually went to the Olympics.
Mm.
I don't think we had the coach here in the studio, and he alluded to the fact that he didn't have ample time to prepare the team. So socially, I don't think the players coming from different environment and teams, they could understand each other. That plays a major role, because you know very well as an ex-player that you need to have trust, belief, understanding of your teammate.
Yeah, I think you just summed it up. You've answered your own question. Because,
Maybe Stiga. What doctor said when we were with the coach, they went to Egypt, they lost 2 games. Yeah? They were one of 2 games. They came back. The second friendly match was cancelled due to funds. After cancellation, they couldn't train because it was COVID. It was locked down, and some of the players were positive.
Yes.
And then they stayed 14 days, and they had a week. After 14 days, they only had a week to travel. And then before even traveling, there were another 2 players who were positive. They went to Japan, they have to isolate. So, but like doctors say, you got these players who come in from different environment and backgrounds and blah, 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 blah. And then do you think maybe that can be the main, or maybe just take us through?
Yeah, thanks for highlighting that, Eddie, because not everybody knows how difficult it was to prepare for the coach and the team.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you gentlemen know better than I do, or just as well as I do.
Yeah.
Is that when you cross that white line, when the 22 players cross the white line, nobody worries what happened the night before, the month before, the week.
Yeah.
So as much as we struggled, as much as the world is not ideal right now, when you cross the white line, we judge you on your performance.
Yeah.
So let's put aside the excuses, right?
Yeah.
You have an opportunity to play in front of the world.
Yeah.
And that is what you need to go into there. And when the team was in isolation in Japan, the coach called myself, Nomvete, and Brian Baloy, because we were part of the 2000 Olympics, just to share with the boys on Zoom, in a Zoom chat. So I was part of it. And I said, guys, I need to share this with you, because we all know that this is a platform for you to make that jump to Europe. And as a player, when I went there, I wanted to do the best that I could do. But football is not about can you play as a team? And that is what I highlighted to the guys. Guys, we need to go there and not play for yourself. We play as a team. And that is what I shared with them. I think that because of the ill preparation in the first game against Japan, we were very cautious. We were defending, and I don't want to draw comparisons, but if you look at the 96 team, we were not worried who Tony Oboa was. Yeah. We are not worried who, what you are. We went there, we played our football.
Yeah.
And you always encourage that when you coach me down. Yeah. And when I look at Eddie Majens, he's very confident in my abilities. And in Sydney, yes, we came up against Philip Truzier's Japan, which is tactically very sound. We were not worried of his tactics. We went to play our football. We gave them a go. We lost. We played against Brazil with Ronaldinho. We played our game. We beat them. You know. So what I've seen from this team is that against Japan we were too scared to play our football.
Yeah.
We like, guys.
Yes, Stiga, we still here.
Interplays, they could not stop us, Doctor. You know, you started. You know, I had the honor of playing with Doctor. When Doctor has that ball and he gives you and he says, keep that. And we start unlocking that defense. France had no answer for us. So I would have loved us to gone out against Japan and played our football. They would not have stopped us. I don't mind losing 4-3 to France when we played the way we played.
Exactly.
So I love the way we played, and I don't know what you gentlemen think about it. So it's just unfortunate that the result didn't go our way.
Well, like I said, I mean, we know in the game of football, it's all about win, draw, lose, whatsoever. But hence you alluded to the fact that let's put aside everything that they've gone through, which is negative. When you look at how they fared against Japan, vis-a-vis France, it might have been lapse of concentration, which is like footballing problems. And you can't falter these youngsters. Where else, in the next 10 years, we're going to need their expertise in terms of them replacing the Bafana players. How do you build an individual? Criticizing is not the fact, or maybe the way of doing it. But personally, I've got some individuals that I would, probably give credit that I thought, they did very well. For example, Makupa, he comes from a background where it's not loaded like the one here in urban areas. And the boy did very well against Uganda, and he was roped into the squad. He singled, probably he himself, outplayed the French defense. And Kele, when obviously it was expected of him to be at his best. But personally, I just want to be positive. Yes, they might have lost, but we have gained talent. So
before Eddie comes
is it better to lose everything? Because what also I don't understand is that why is it that all the under 23 players are not utilized within the structures of continuity in terms of progression to the national team? Because
because they're supposed to be the national team feeder.
Under 23.
Under 23.
How many?
Feeder.
So Mukwena was he the senior? He's one of the senior players.
Ronald Williams was the senior. Mukwena was of age. Ronald Williams, the goalkeeper, was.
No, Ronald. Williams. Yes, it was him. And who else?
Only him. Only him. Remember, the guys were 24 years old, but because the Olympics would.
Because 2020, I was 2021. Because I understand. Yeah. So personally, I think we're on the right track. We don't have to, to kill the guys in terms of the 2 losses. Yes, we're a nation that doesn't want to lose, all that. But moving away from the players to our technical team, it is time for us also to sit and scrutinize where we're coming from and where we're heading to. Because I thought David and Wendell and Kopo, they did very well under the circumstances. When you look at the teams that are in Japan now, most of the players are not MDC players. Am I correct?
True.
Am I correct?
Right.
Now, vis-a-vis the players that we took to Japan. So, in other words, I'm trying to say we need to up our game in terms of our structures. We don't have to celebrate a 25-year-old and he's starting to sign a contract with the PSL team today. And then we were like, wow, this youngster, what a gem.
Yeah.
A 19-year-old in Brazil is playing for Palermo.
Yeah.
In Argentina, Boca Juniors. In England, you know the story. So
Yeah.
that on its own, it contributes, guys.
Yeah.
You know, it contributes because we actually groom too late, if not 2-3 years late than other countries. They are 2 years behind. So if you are 16, you are already in the first team. So when you are 18, you are ready to perform.
Playing the World Cup.
So what I'm trying to say is that there are certain things also that as a country, as a nation, we need to look at, because those youngsters like the Ngobos and all that, they were groomed at Kaiser Chiefs Academy. But for national team, because the structure is not, because you, Stiga, yourself, it's because you've played against the best or with the best. So
Stiga,
that's my take.
I think doctor is right. If I may ask you, quickly I may ask you, short. We coming back because I'm part of them. We're coming back from Japan. We've seen the cream, the crop, everything. If you were Safa boss, what were you gonna do with those youngsters for the next 4 years?
Yeah. I'd like to just latch on to what Doctor said. You know, I'm so excited with this team. Very similar to our team. You would have liked to have seen the boys that came back from the under 23 Sydney Olympics to be bled into the national team. And that process never happened. If it did happen, I only managed to get 15 caps for the national team, but it was 2 years after playing for the Olympics. The Quinton Fortunes, the Benny McCarthy's, all those guys, 4 or 5 of us played for the national team, but not regular. So now we need to learn from our mistakes. We need to say, okay, guys, I'm very excited by this current team because there's so many boys that really stood up. You spoke about Nagopa. I spoke about Thabo Kele. I was commentating the game. I said, it reminds me of Dr. Kumalo. I said it in commentary.
Yeah.
Now, why must we wait for the next guy, the next Dr. Kumalo? Why must we not bleed them in now?
Yeah.
Tebogo Mokoena has the ability to play regular for the national team. Magopa has glitches of Benny McCarthy.
Of course. Yes.
Know, all these boys need to be filtered into the national team now. Let's not wait. Ngobo at Kaiser Chiefs Academy, the boy was playing perfectly in the league. Size does not matter in football.
Yes.
Your anticipation, I'm just so excited about this team, as my Jen said. And let's learn from our mistakes. Let us start to incorporate them in our national team early on.
Yeah. No, I think you said it. You said it straight, clean, crystal clear. You know, well, we need to start having a structure for these boys to feed them into the senior team. Now, you said it now. Not we mustn't wait another 2 or 4 years. Now we must put them in the structures. And thanks for that. I think it's clear. We will organize more eye drops because there's few people who can properly see. And then, we'll help them. Don't worry with it.
Stiga, this is my brother. We have to wrap up now. Unfortunately, that's all we have for today. But we'd love to have you back, you know, just for us to reminisce.
Anytime, I really.
But thank you for your time and take care of yourself as usual. But what else one can say? Well done to the boys, the under 23s, and thanks for sharing with us your insight and everything.
I want you to smile, Stiga. Thanks, my man.
Thanks, Stiga.